As I've looked out today, there were many people in the audience, many of whom I know, some who agreed with annexation and some who did not. And I have lived in this community for the last 20-something years, and I live there by choice. And I live there because I love Atlanta, and I love Southwest Atlanta, and I love the west side of Atlanta even more. And so as we have this conversation about our schools, and I look at the young people sitting behind us, I hope that we can take the same passion that we've had about annexation and we can put it towards our schools. And so we've talked about prayer a lot. And what my God tells me is that we pray one for another. My God also tells me that I don't have to wave a flag about what I pray for. But I can tell you this, for all that we have to celebrate, we have a lot to really be ashamed of. The personal attacks, the viciousness, the lies and the misinformation on all sides. At the end of the day, if we don't leave our community better than we found it, then we really don't even deserve to be a part of it. I have said before that when criminals come knocking on our doors, they don't stop at invisible lines, and neither do the issues of our schools. I was once a parent at Randolph because my nephew lived with me when he went to Randolph. My son just finished T-ball at Sandtown Park. This is my community. I love this community. And any efforts that I have put towards annexation have been because the community has asked that it be done. And so annexation is a difficult process. We have put more time and effort into annexation than anybody in this building has wanted to do. Because what I know from the last annexation, when I became a part of the city of Atlanta, the thing that was most confusing to me was trying to understand what the angles were from the elected officials. And I can tell you that when we annexed many years ago, there was no consideration to me or anybody else about whether or not we were increasing or decreasing the black vote in this city. And I think if you ask anybody who has signed an annexation petition, which has to be 60%, and it doesn't matter if it's 60.1, the law says it's 60%. This is about people being concerned about their property values. People who have not signed are concerned about where their children will go to school. Nobody is making a decision on annexation about a future mayor's race or any other race for that matter. If we don't fix the issue on our schools, we have a race to failure as a community, because everything regarding our schools impacts every single thing that happens in this city. It impacts crime in this city. It impacts the ability to have a viable workforce in this city. It impacts everything. With that, colleagues, I know that we are 2 minutes away from the finance meeting. I appreciate CDHR. Oh, Lord, have mercy. We are 2 minutes away from CDHR and an hour behind. We're all off, but so I'm going to stop because I know that you all are tired of hearing about annexation, but I am happy that we have new communities coming into the city, and I think that's a lot that we should celebrate, and I look forward to the community meeting that we will have as a whole to talk about where we go from